everyone. All right, we are live. Woo. I'm not used to this at all. I'm so excited. So welcome. This is my first Facebook Live, Instagram Live. Welcome. I'm calling this channel Clarity with Claire. And as many of you know, I'm not only a Hollywood singing coach, sounds really cool, I'm also a health and life coach. And in these videos, I'm going to share with you tips on health and lifestyle, and just to help you live the life of your dreams and a beautiful, rich, whole life. And I'm going to be posting these every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so feel free to join me. So yeah, if you're joining now, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know you're there. This is so exciting. So I'm so excited to be beginning my first live with you guys. And one of my favorite topics is how to eat healthy and exercise. How eating healthy and exercise is only 50% of the equation for weight loss, and why how you eat is more important than what you eat. So I've had so many clients who have come to me and they've said, I'm so frustrated. Like, I'm so confused. I'm eating healthy. I'm taking good care of myself. I'm exercising. Like, why am I still having these problems? Like, why am I still holding on to the weight? And that's often because we're engaging in one thing, and it's sabotaging all of our efforts, to eat, to exercise, to live in a healthy life, and that's stress. Yeah, so it's pretty powerful. And what most people don't realize, hi, hey guys, so exciting. Hey Carlos, hey Ariana, hey Talita, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, I love this. So what we're talking about today is how stress prevents us from losing weight. And what a lot of people don't realize, and what shocked me when I first excess weight, or to heal when it's under the stress response. So I'll have a client come to me and they're just like, they're a basket case. They're like, just tell me what to eat. Just tell me what to eat and I'll lose the 10 pounds. And I'll say to them, okay, yeah, I can tell you what to eat. But I'm afraid, you're not going to lose the weight. Because, and I wouldn't be the coach you'd expect me to be if I told you that you would. And here's why. And in this video, we're going to talk about, why the body is not going to release the weight. Because when we're in that stress response, feijão para você também. Hi, Catherine. This is so cool. Talita, it's so nice to hear from you in Brazil. So in this video, we're going to talk about why the body is not going to release the weight when we're in that stress response, which for many of us is all the time in this culture. And at the end, I'm going to give you the first of the 7 powerful practices that turn off the stress response and turn on relaxation. So and all this helps to release the weight, helps the body absorb and assimilate, the nutrients and digest your food, which is all the key to, long-lasting health and vitality. Hey, Michelle! Oh my gosh, Tapia! Hi! This is so cool. So we're talking about the stress response and how we need to release and relax in order to lose weight. Otherwise, the body's just going to keep holding on to that weight. So if you're curious, and if you're someone who is interested in relaxing to lose weight and let the pounds drop off, put a little heart into the chat. And just if you're there, just like type hi or something. This is so cool. So, okay, be patient. I'm going to explain just a few minutes of science just to help you kind of understand why the body cannot lose excess weight when we're stressed. Hi! Hey, Tapia, oh my gosh. Having crazy brain day. So, all right, so the key to understanding how stress affects the body is the central nervous system. And the moment that stress is activated, the heart rate goes up, the blood pressure increases, respiration quickens, and, the heart rate, everything like cortisol is released, adrenaline, blood flow is routed away from digestion into the arms and the legs, and the digestive system shuts down. And this makes complete sense. Like, if you were if we're running from a bear, you wouldn't have the time or energy to devote to digesting your tuna sandwich. You wouldn't have the time. All the blood flow goes out into your arms and legs. But here's something important to remember is that the brain cannot differentiate between real and imagined stress. So if you see in one picture, someone's running from a bear, And then in another picture is like a typical day at the office. Like, you're trying to scarf down some lunch, trying to get a bunch of stuff done, and maybe you're late for an appointment, or, you're in a fight with your husband or your wife, and it's just like your body doesn't know the difference between being chased by a bear and your boss yelling at you. It doesn't realize that it's not a life-threatening situation. So it initiates the stress response, and that includes digestive shutdown. So, like you can imagine yourself in the morning, you're running out the door, you're shoving the muffin in your face, or when you're crunched at work, you're trying to eat a turkey wrap, or you're driving in terrible traffic, you're late for an appointment, you're scarfing down some fruit. To the body, this is the same thing as running from a bear. So the stress response is going, because your body doesn't realize it's not life-threatening. So go ahead, if you're joining now, leave a comment, let me know you're there. Hey guys, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, yes. Moises, hi. Yeah, Tavia. Yeah, so your client reduced her stress this week and lost 4 pounds. It's crazy. It's crazy. So today we're talking about how weight loss, eating healthy and exercise is only 50% of the equation for weight loss, and the other is 50% is stress, and how the body holds on to weight when we're in stress, and that the only way to shed those pounds is to relax. So if you've ever felt like a meal is like sitting like a lump in your stomach after you've eaten, that's exactly what that's doing, because it's waiting to digest until the body can move out of that stress and move into the relaxation. So the stress response, it greatly affects digestion of your food and, quite truthfully, your life. And the portion of the central nervous system that exerts the greatest influence on digestion, and I'll be done soon with all this like sciencey stuff, but it's actually kind of cool, kind of science nerdy, is the autonomic nervous system. And the ANS, autonomic nervous system, is responsible for getting that digestion started, and it's responsible for turning it on. So but it can tell your body to when not to digest. So like if your critter brain is activated and you're in this fight or flight mode, like your boss yells at you or something, the ANS is going to say to your stomach, don't digest now, hold on until later. So the ANS is really powerful because it can turn on digestion or it can turn it off. And it has these 2 branches that accomplish this task of when to turn digestion on and when to turn it off. And the 2 branches are the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic. I feel like so knowledgeable. So just to check in, let's just shake it out. Whoever if you like to sing, press sing in the chat. Yeah, and I know this is a lot, but it's really important just to know the science behind all this. Because a lot of us, we try so hard to lose weight. I'm eating kale, I'm organic, I'm exercising 2 hours a day, but the pounds are staying on. So yeah, this is very near and dear to me because it frustrates me when I see people and they're all frustrated about this. So, all right, so really quick, just going over this, we have the sympathetic nervous system turns stress on, turns digestion off. Okay, but the parasympathetic nervous system, sounds big and wordy, turns off stress and turns on digestion. So that's what you want. What this means for you and me is profound. It's profound paradigm shift in that eating healthy food, and taking healthy actions are only half the equation in health. And it's crazy because, we often think it's the opposite. And so you can eat the healthiest food in the world and you can take great care of yourself, but if you're constantly in that stress response, it's not going to work. So you have to have the healthy food and the healthy choices, plus, creating that ideal digestion and assimilation. Oh my gosh. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Gary. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you guys are here. So if you guys have, and while I'm talking, if you have questions or something, just type it into the chat. I'm so excited to be here with you. I feel like we're in our own little tribe right now. So this is a huge deal. If you're excited by this information, that if you want to lose that weight and you're eating healthy and exercising, but it's not coming off, but if you relax, it'll come off. If you're excited by this concept, put excited into the chat. Yeah. So in future Facebook Lives, we're going to talk about, healthy food choices, of course, and all these, I'll give you all these tips on that too, but we often know what to eat. You guys probably know all that. We know what to eat, but how to eat is different. And that's the other 50% of the equation. How are you being when you're eating? So, So in fact, you can make huge strides in all sorts of health conditions if you transform how you eat. Like if you don't change, even if you don't change what you eat at all. Like, you know, have you ever met someone and they're super skinny, they eat Twinkies, they drink Coke, and it's just like a crappy diet, and yet they don't have any problems with weight, and they just like, I mean, I would say a lot of that is just, and they're just like super calm. And so they're not in that constant stress response. So yeah. Yeah, it's true. Like, so when you turn the parasympathetic nervous system on for yourself, when you teach yourself to turn it on, remember that turns off stress and it turns on your digestion. The biological and chemical stress is reduced in your body. And what that means for you is full digestive force and metabolic power that the body can take over. So if your metabolism is like really low and not burning anything, turning this on and getting that relaxation response on starts the metabolism again. It's a really powerful force. And when it takes over, it's in full capacity. So it can work miracles, even when you've got a terrible diet, like just eating Twinkies all day. So not that you should eat Twinkies all day. So, yeah, and if you're just joining, welcome. This is so great. Love having you guys here. Mwah. So this is how cultures like the French with incredibly rich foods can, like, you know, eat butter, and just like, you know, not gain weight. It's how they stay so slim, because relaxation at mealtime is built into their culture. So getting into that parasympathetic, dancing, relaxation, or getting into that, you know, relaxation response is culturally part of every mealtime. Now, you know, in the United States, kind of a different case. But for you and like your family and your loved ones, you can build that into your meal. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sarah. It's my aunt. I love you. So, okay. So how do we do this? So this is one step for beginning your relaxation. So one of the first tools of the secret 7 ways that turn off the stress response and turn on relaxation, which will then help you to shed the pounds and also digest and assimilate those nutrients. And I'll give you the rest in future Facebook Lives. The first tool is called the 20-minute meal. It's a lot. I feel like I'm just like, woo! Yeah. So one of my health coaches found, oh, I'm so enjoying this. Thank you, Sarah. One of my health coaches found this concept in a book about overcoming overeating. And the main tool was this 20-minute meal. And it's so life-changing for so many people. So like my health coach said that, you know, if someone was holding a gun to her head and said, you know, give me your best tip for, you know, getting healthy right now, this is the one she'd say above everything else. This is the first thing. Because it takes very little time. It just takes like 20 minutes at most. It doesn't cost a penny. It doesn't require willpower or motivation. You don't have to change anything you eat. And it helps you lose weight. So, and it helps you gain energy, resolve digestive issues, heal fatigue, and more. So first I'm going to share the secret of the 20-minute meal with you, and then I'm going to share how you can start using it right away in your day-to-day life. And then of course, you know, I'll show you why it works. So, you know, here's how it works. Are you ready? If you're ready, click ready into the chat. I'm all excited. So you can eat anything you want. And you might not believe me, but you've probably tried, you know, lots of diets out there. I'm assuming if you're trying to lose weight, or maybe you know someone who is. And if you know someone who is, share this video with them, because it's very interesting and insightful to why they might not be losing weight. So this is kind of a method. Yay, Marlies! Hey, Marlies. Okay, so Marlies, we're talking about how to relax in order to lose weight and start your digestion so you can assimilate those nutrients more. All right, so here's how you do the 20-minute meal. Starting with your next meal, you're gonna follow these simple steps. First step, you're gonna have your meal, you're gonna check the clock, and before your next meal, check it to see what time it is and make a note of it. So have like a little journal or something nearby. This is not like a food diary, it could be, but I actually like to write it down because, you know, I can forget things quickly, or like I'll set a timer. So if you forget things quickly, just write down the time you start your meal, and then eat your meal at the pace you normally would. Don't do anything different. And then when you're done, just check the clock at the end, and then jot back down, you know, how much time the entire meal took in a 20-minute journal. So again, first step, you're not going to do anything different other than just checking the clock when you start your meal. Checking it at the end of the meal, okay, and then jotting down how much time it took. Okay, so bonus tip, okay, this is not a food journal. It's not about being good or bad or judging what you're eating. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's about discovering if you're taking enough time during your meals for your tummy to tell you like what the right amount of food is for your body. And just in case you're worried about this, the first time a lot of my clients have done this, the meal lasted 3 minutes. And they're like, what? How is this possible? They thought, okay, I'm probably like 5, 10, 15 minutes. It's like a pizza. One of my clients had this, and I did the same thing. I grew up in a family where I ate really slow, but the first time I did this, it took me like 3 minutes to devour like a sandwich, and I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, so there's no judgment here at all. It's just about curiosity. Get curious. Step 2 is so at your next meal after that, you're gonna check the clock again, and you're gonna increase your time by 5 minutes, more than the time that you ate. So for example, the first time I tried this, it was 3 minutes. So now I'm gonna increase it by 5. So that means the second meal, I'm gonna try for a total time of 8 minutes, right? So I'm gonna watch the clock, and then I'll set a timer sometimes, and then like if I so I don't have to watch the clock the whole time that I'm eating. And then at the end, I document in my journal how long was the meal, and then also when did I start feeling full? What was my mood? Like, were there any aha moments I had? Like, a lot of people, like including myself, like I kind of got angry one time when I did this. Like I was feeling just like, I don't want to be controlled. Like I felt like I was controlled, and I also felt like I didn't have enough time. Like I felt like I'm too busy for this. This is so stupid. So you might notice that you have just intense feelings that come up, or just feelings like, oh, I'm bad. Like feelings just like you didn't maybe do it good enough. Maybe you're judging yourself like, am I doing this the right way? Like if you feel that, it's all normal. So just like journal what came up, and just jot that down. So hi, oh my gosh, Cree, hey. So yeah. So the next thing is to just keep repeating step 2 with every meal. So you just keep adding on those 5 minutes to the next meal, and then to the next, until the meals last at least 20 minutes. And again, it's really easy just to have like a timer on your phone or on your computer. So yeah. And if anyone has questions, just like type it into the chat. This is so cool. So one thing that's really important for you to note in the journal during the 20-minute meal is the time between when you feel satisfied and when you tip over into full. Where is that time? The time when you are starting to feel satisfied, okay, like maybe at a level 7 versus a level 10 where you have to unbutton your pants or take your pants off because you ate too much. Type in me if you've ever done that. That's me. Where like I had to take them off. Yeah, it was really funny. So yeah, because maybe there's this turning point where you're like, oh, I feel really good. I'm energized by the food, but then maybe 2 bites more, you're like, oh, no, too much. What time did that happen around? Was it around 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 13? So you just want to be sure to note that in the journal, because it's going to start to teach you when you're satisfied and complete, when you want to complete your meal. Sarah. I have the best aunt ever. I love you. So yes. So you guys are doing amazing. I'm so glad. Thanks for sticking with me on this amazing topic that I'm so passionate about. Yeah, and you might notice like, hey, after a while, like you'll be 13 minutes in and you'll be like, I'm kind of done. Like your half a plate is still there, and you won't feel deprived, or you won't feel like you're missing out. You'll feel great. It's kind of weird. Kind of takes some getting used to, kind of like, wait a minute, I'm not having pain or angst in connection with a meal. It's kind of odd. So yeah, so then the final step of this is making each meal for the next 7 days a 20-minute meal, or even longer. Like I tell my clients, they could have the option to stretch that out into 30 minutes, or, take an hour lunch break or something like that. And sometimes people will say to me like, oh, I couldn't possibly do that, and the joke is, I was the same way, and I was actually kind of like that even a few weeks ago. Like I had a coach, like I have a coach, and I was just having digestive issues and also with stress, and she told me about this. She's like, well, remember, there's the 20-minute meal, and I'm like, yes, Oh my gosh, yes. And like I was feeling all rebellious and I was just like, but I don't have time for this. And I was getting all stressed and flustered. So, you know, I know this, so that this is the thing where you can know something mentally, but physically it's like I needed to be reminded, and I still sometimes have issues with this. So it's something to, you know, return to, and it might sound easy, but it's be gentle with yourself on this, and feelings can come up around this. So, yeah. So, it's really good to know this stuff, and just to like set the timer and just notice, you know, when do you get uncomfortably full? Do you get uncomfortably full? When do you get comfortably full? When are you energized? And when does it tip from being energized into kind of gluttonous kind of exhaustion and like, ugh, not feeling good? So yeah, so this is one powerful tool, one of 6 more I'm going to share with you in future videos about how to just how to relax and let go and relieve, turn on that relaxation response so that you can easily digest and assimilate your nutrients, and so that those pounds that, you know, aw, thank you, I love you, can easily just like fall off. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Yeah, and if you feel someone would benefit from this knowledge, like someone you know might be, oh, like I'm so frustrated, I've tried everything, I'm eating healthy, I'm exercising, but you know, those 15 pounds are still, they've like plateaued, they're still there, then share this video with them. And if you'd like, I'm giving 2 free 1-hour coaching sessions this week. It's a discovery session. So if you'd like to claim one of my free discovery session slots, just DM me and we'll talk about it. I'm so excited. And again, I'm going to be posting these Facebook Lives every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. So feel free just to join me on Mondays at 7, and have a beautiful day. So say yes to yourself. Find someone who lovingly stretches you to grow into the next best version of yourself on a daily basis, and live in bliss. So, any last minute questions before we all hang up? That was so wonderful. Big kisses, everyone. All right, see you next week. Bye.